Hello champions and future champions. Hello Chessmood family. Gabuzyan is here with you and we're beginning our daily lesson. Before discussing topic for today, I will offer you to think how to play in this pawn down position for white side. Let's try to evaluate what's happening now on the board. We are pawn down, but opponent's king is a little bit weakened, and this can be an interesting compensation. The bad thing is, black has a very strong knight in a central outpost. What if we try to remove this knight from a good central square and break it with b4 move? Destroying outposts of opponent's strong pieces and removing them is a very nice technique. Daily topic for today is poor knight in the center. It's gonna be about pieces located very well in the center in some nice outpost supported by the pawns, and how we're going to destroy these pawns and as well destroy strong position of the pieces. After b4, black is in a trouble. The issue is that this knight is also pinned with our rook and it cannot run away because queen will be hanging. Now, black cannot run away with the queen, let's say to some kind of c7 square, because after we take on c5, the other knight will be hanging as well. And after queen c5, we can play rook d4. Now this rook is under attack. Rook d4 and queen takes d4, protecting the knight and staying with an extra piece. In the game, after b4, Svidler, who was playing against Anand by white, goes f5, trying to distract this rook on e4 square. Now, if we're going back, we will be decreasing the pressure on d4 square. How to play is my next question. Pause the video and make your decision. We need to make a little calculation and play pawn takes c5. If now queen takes, we're again capturing on d4. Only move for black is capturing the rook on e4, and now if we take on d6, it's going wrong, because after rook f2, king f2 and rook d6, black is on time to protect the knight. Now, if we're going knight e2, there is rook f6 check, and black is escaping. As well, if here we go king e3, black is still having a check with the knight from c2 or f5 squares, and at least saving the piece. That's why, after f takes e4, we're capturing the rook on f7. Idea is that if now queen c5, we are already taking the d8 rook with queen f6 check. That's why, after queen f7, black's position is lost. In the game, black played knight f3 check and gave up after queen f3 move. Now, if black takes the queen, we're capturing on d6. Otherwise, after queen f3, if black plays queen c5 check, we're again having queen f2 move. Black cannot be taking our knight because rook on d8 is hanging. And after rook d1 and knight d1, white is winning. Now, for a second, let's go to the beginning position where I will have a question for you. In this position, if it's black to move, how will you play? Pause the video and make your decision. Black is going to play now a5 move, preventing white from b4. It's a very logical choice, and with this a5, black is supporting knight's position on d4. You can have it in your mind when you have a piece in a strong outpost, but it can be vulnerable and removed. Let's now go ahead and see the next position. We already know the topic for today, and again seeing very strong knight for opponent in the center. How to play for white is my question. Pause the video and make your decision. Another time, we're going to leave opponent's knight without an outpost and playing c4. Now black cannot be taking, this knight will be hanging. If black tries to play c6, well, we have another pawn on c2, and after cd5 and cd5, we're playing c4 move for the second time. Already, black cannot be saving the knight. On the next move, we're capturing on d5 and winning this game. Let me mention as well that if at the beginning it's black to move, they are having very nice continuation. Pause the video and try to decide how to play here if it's black to move. Now black is going b5 move, and very importantly, taking c4 under control. If we now try a4, black needs to keep this pawn, and instead of taking and allowing white to go c4 again, black plays a6. This position will be very much unclear. Let's go ahead and see the last example for this daily lesson. Now we're seeing opponent's very strong knight in the center already protected by two pawns. If we're taking, white can take back, get connected pawn chain and try to create a passed pawn on the queen side. That's why we need to play differently. You can pause the video and make your decision. Even though there are two supporters of the knight, we're also having two pawns which can be distracting the defenders. Black is starting with a f5 move. If white decides here to go e5, we can play bishop d5, take and rook d5, staying with an extra pawn. That's why after f5, white needs to take on f5 with the pawn, and we are making the second distraction with b5 move, ignoring the dangerous knight c5 idea. Here white cannot be taking because the piece is hanging again, and that's why after b5 and knight c5, we need to understand how to continue here as black. Pause the video and make your decision. If we play bishop d5, white is going to capture our rook on d7 and we're going to have some problems. That's the reason that after knight c5 we're playing rook d5. Now only logical decision for white is to take our rook, and we're playing bishop e3 check. After king f1 move, capturing the knight on c5. As we know, two bishops versus a rook and a pawn in this kind of open position with lot of diagonals are playing much better. Black is having huge advantage. We can be blocking this pawn with bishop d6 and create a passed pawn on the queen side. Because of this, black has a great position. Let's for a second go to the beginning again. If now it's white to move, we can be playing knight d4, preventing f5 and b5 ideas as well instead of knight d4. a4 can be a reasonable option as well. Let's summarize now the daily lesson for today. What we have learned. If opponent is having very strong knight in a center supported by some pawns, we can make this knight a poor one and destroy the outpost. Also, if you are decided to as having a strong piece in a center, but it can be destroyed, try to take care of it in advance. In the next position, you will get your homework for today. This time, it's white to move, and I'm going to ask you what to do with our knight on c3, which is under attack, to play knight e4 or knight d5 move in this position. You can share your thoughts and ideas in the comment section below. Gabuzyan was here with you. Thank you for your subscriptions, likes, and sharing this video with your friends. We appreciate it a lot. See you next time during our next daily lessons.